the Hong Kong Free Press. He joins us from Hong Kong. Tom Grundy, good to talk to you again. Why this particular outlet and why now?
Well, Peter, you mentioned 6 arrests linked to StandNews this morning. We've just heard that there are another 4 current staff being brought in for questioning. The raid is still underway, 30 boxes taken away, according to one of my staff on the scene, 200 national security police involved. The acting chief editor, Patrick Lam, immediately resigned, apparently, when he was arrested, and Ronson Chan, who's the assignment deputy editor and the head of the Journalists Association, he's amongst those who've been apprehended for questioning. StandNews is a not-for-profit independent outlet that was founded in late 2014 in the wake of the umbrella movement. It has somewhat of a pro-democracy slant, and it arose, I guess, from the ashes of House News, which closed down after its owner was threatened. StandNews is widely read and respected in the city. Just last month, it won a Press Freedom Prize from Reporters Without Borders. But a few weeks ago, on December 3rd, the security chief, Chris Tang, accused it of being biased, smearing and demonizing in its reporting about the city's smart prisons.
Why, in your opinion, Tom Grundy, do the authorities in Hong Kong or in Beijing decide to do this in the way they do it? The technology is such now that they could just literally block the websites. They could stop these organizations publishing what they want to publish, writing about what they want to write about. But instead, in the full glare of the TV and news cameras, they send in the police forces.
Well, perhaps one can suggest that they're sending a message, particularly, over the festive period. But, at the same time as we're seeing this crackdown, the authorities are saying that press freedom is intact in Hong Kong and nothing has changed. And yet the scenes today very much reflect what we saw just months ago when the Apple News website, or rather newspapers' offices were raided. StandNews perhaps saw this coming because in the wake of that Apple Daily raid, they removed all of their opinion section from the website. They halted donations, and 6 of the 8 board members, some of them who are detained today, stepped down.
Do you get the sense where you are, Tom, that this is part of a piece, i.e. this is almost a choreographed campaign that is not over yet on the part of the authorities in Beijing, and there is almost a list of organizations that the government wants to chip away at?
Well, I personally hope not, but for sure it seems that we have gone from crackdown on Apple Daily, the public broadcaster RTHK has been reined in, and these arrests were undertaken under the colonial era crimes ordinance, conspiring to publish seditious publication. Interestingly, that charge was brought against Apple Daily just yesterday in court. So I think that the other thing this shows, aside from the crackdown continuing, is that the authorities are willing to use colonial era legislation and yet use the national security framework and police to enforce it.
Tom Grundy in Hong Kong, many thanks.
Thank you.